Hello everybody, it's Tanya and welcome to today's video. Today is a beautiful day. It's finally not raining and it's very warm. So of course I decided to go out, take you along. I want to go as usual to a park, but it's a new park. I've never been to this new park before, so we're going to explore it together. And as for the book that I'm going to be reading, it will be The Final Hour by Naguib Mahfuz. So, Egyptian author. He is a winner of the Nobel Prize, I think of 1998, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, I think it's 1988. So I'm super excited. I've started it this morning. It's going to be like a family saga, but with all the backdrop of all the political turmoils in Egypt in the 20th century. So it's going to be very interesting, but also educational. So I'm looking forward to the book. I'm looking forward to visiting the park and also coffee shop as always. So it's going to be just a wonderful, beautiful day. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy this vlog. And now let's go. Look at how bright these flowers are. I don't know what they use them for, but they're here every autumn and they're beautiful and they make me happy. Just at the very entrance. First I want to just have a look around and then find a bench or maybe a table, I don't know if they have them here, and have a read because the weather is just beautiful. It's so, I don't know, it's windy. I hope you can hear me. So the weather is just beautiful and super sunny and super warm, and I feel like it would be the perfect place to read. This park. It reminds me of Shinjuku Park. You also have to pay entrance fee, but it's very small, just 300 yen. So, oh look, they have ducks. Oh, they have ducks. I will show you. So glad I decided to come to this park because I've never been here before, and I just found it on the internet because I thought that I wanted to go to a new park, and it's such a lovely place. There is water, there are ducks, there's a lot of greenery. It's quite big, like I haven't seen the whole thing yet, and it's so peaceful here and nice, so I really like it here. Let's go see what else they've got. So this place behind me, apparently, it used to be duck hunting grounds. And here they have a picture representation of how they used to hunt them. So I will show you. It's all in Japanese, so I don't really know, but I guess we can guess through the pictures. Okay, so apparently these are the ducks minding their own business, and then there would be a person making sounds. I will show you where. And then the ducks would come. He would see them through the hole, and then there would be people with eagles. Oh, and then eagles would hunt ducks. Oh, interesting. And then what? And then something else. I guess people would just get the ducks from the water. This is the place the person was standing behind and making the sounds from. It's like this little hill with these doors. Interesting. And what do we have? So yes, this is the pond. This is again the same explanation of how they were hunting. Oh. And these are the holes he was making the sound through. You see? And I don't know what this is for. Maybe for the sound. Oh, look, there is even this thing. Interesting. I really like this contrast between you're being in the nature, in the park, but then right next to the park there is a big city with its high skyscrapers and people, and I like this duality of the place. It makes it even more beautiful, in my opinion. So I really like it here. Look at this house behind me. I feel like it's such a perfect place for days like this if you live because I think it used to be a palace, this park, I'm not sure. But imagine these people coming down here for a beautiful view of their pond after hunting some ducks, or maybe not hunting ducks, but just coming here, having their tea, looking at their ponds. Beautiful. You can see they were hunting ducks not with eagles but with hawks. Hawks and falcons? Falcons, hawks or not? These birds, these other birds. I'm not sure if you can see, but can you see there's a hawk? I mean artificial hawk. So that's how they were keeping their birds. Apparently this is a house for their birds. I like how the roofs are made out of so many branches, or is it bamboo? This roof is very interesting. Look how it's made. is so much to see. I forgot to look for a bench and to read. I will try to find one now. Hopefully I can find. So there is this cultivated area of the park, and then there is area like this where you're like literally just going through the forest. Oh, and there is more of these things for duck hunting here. To be honest with you, I'm not sure where I'm going, but I'm going. I honestly don't know where to go. Oh, there's more wood. You see now, I'm now in the forest area. But I think I'm going in the direction where I entered from. Okay, let's try and find. See, there's one more pond behind me. I like the ponds and ducks. Let's hope that I can find a bench and finally sit comfortably and read. While I'm looking for the place and while I'm looking for my way out of the forest, I will show you the book. So this is the book I'm reading currently. Naguib Mahfuz, The Final Hour. Some machinery. This is a family saga about a family living in Egypt in the beginning of the century and like all the way through the century, and how all the political turmoils of the country affect their lives as normal simple people. I'm in the very beginning. I'm in the first 30 pages. I don't want... Oh, I see a road. Why did they come to... Where did they come? A little bit lost, but it's okay. Great. I found a table. The only table out of all the other... You see, just I don't know. It's not a bench. You're supposed to sit there. But there's a table, and it's great. So I'm going to read here. Let me remove the mask for a moment while I will be filming. I am currently on page 52, 53, and I think I will be going home now because it's already sunset, and I think that the park will be closing down soon. We will go to post office also today because I need to collect my books which arrived, so we will also open a book parcel at home. About this book, it's very fast-paced for my personal liking, but it's very educational because I don't know much about Egyptian history in the 20th century, and any century really. So it's super educational. I find it difficult to connect to the characters here because it's so fast-paced. It's probably just my problem, because I usually don't get along with fast-paced books. So that's like the difficult part for me. But I feel like this book is not written for its characters. This book is written to explore Egyptian history, to show how tumultuous it was in the 20th century and what the country and its people had to go through. So I feel like Egypt is the main character in this book and not the family. The family is just kind of a mirror of what's going on in the country. Maybe we're not supposed to care for them and to connect to them. It's really interesting, it's very educational, and I'm only like 50 pages in, so I still have the bigger chunk of the book. So I will see what I will talk about my final thoughts about it when I finish it. And now let's go maybe to a coffee shop. I think I'm hungry, so maybe let's go to a coffee shop. Let's have some coffee, read a little bit more, and then go to the post office to collect my books. Let's go. This park is really big. So I entered from here. So, and I went down here, and I've only been on like this part, like the north part, but I haven't been to the south. So this park is apparently huge. I should come here again. Okay, now let's go home. I like this park so much. I will be back here again one day because I really like this place. It reminded me of Shinjuku-goen, but I feel like this place is better than Shinjuku-goen. I don't know, but I really liked it here. So I'm going now. Hello everybody, the parcel, let's open it. It's already the next day, by the way. Yesterday after dinner we just came home and I read a little bit more and then we went to bed, so I didn't film anything else. So in this parcel I have 4 books. First, I have 2 novels by Émile Zola. These are Money and the Dream. I don't remember the numbers, but it's somewhere in the middle of Rougon Maquette. I'm not sure if I pronounced the second last name correctly. Cycle. I decided to collect the whole cycle because Oxford Editions publish the whole thing, and I decided to use the opportunity while it's there. I'm afraid that one day they might go out of print, and I'm just like, okay, I should collect all of them. I already have here, I have The Fortunes of Rougons, and then I have The Keel, His Excellency Eugenie Rougon, and The Belly of Paris, and this +2. Then I have a new book by Junichiro Tanizaki. It's Quicksand, something about obsession. Sonoko Kakiuchi is a cultured Osaka lady in an uninspiring marriage. When she decides to take an art class in town, she meets the extraordinary Mitsuko, a woman as beautiful and charismatic as she is cunning. They begin a passionate affair, and Sonoko soon finds herself infatuated by Mitsuko and ensnared in a web of sex, humiliation, and deceit. This seductive psychological thriller about obsession, jealousy, and betrayal is a Japanese classic. So Junichiro Tanizaki, and then one more book is Red Sorghum by Mo Yan. Mo Yan was a winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature, so that's the reason actually why I decided to give this novel a try. A novel that explores in great and compelling details the fratricidal violence that engulfs 3 generations of a single Chinese family. So it's going to be something about Chinese history and a family saga, and I like both of these things, so I decided to give it a try. And yeah, since the author won the Nobel Prize in Literature, it's one more motivator for me to pick it up. So yeah, these are 4 books that I received. I am still reading The Final Hour. I am currently on page 70, so I will keep on reading and I will just give you my final update when I finish the book. I'm getting maybe closer to the characters. There are a lot of them, and at the same time somehow all of them receive kind of equal amount of time and equal amount of attention, so you kind of know all of them and you don't find yourself lost. Like if you see a name and you don't really go like, who is that? You always remember who is that. And if, for example, this character wasn't mentioned a lot, he always makes like comment like who this character is. Like, for example, Amin, the son of Muhammad or something like that. So he always like gives you references if he thinks that. And usually he thinks in correct places that you need this reference. So that helps. As I said before, I do feel like this narration is a little bit fast, but I think at this point I kind of got used to it. I still would prefer the book as in a whole to be slower paced, but I feel like, yeah, I'm getting used to the fast pacedness of it. I still cannot say that it's going to be my favorite book, however it strongly reminds me of The Enlightenment of the Green Gage Tree by Shukufeh Azar. Shukufeh Azar's book was slower paced, and that's why I think that I still prefer, like, if you compare these 2 books, I prefer Shukufeh Azar's novel because it's slower paced. But these 2 are very similar because they both deal with families caught up in political situations of their countries, in all the revolutions and wars. And yeah, thematically these two books are very similar, just they take place in different countries. Shukufezar's book takes place in Iran and The Final Hour takes place in Egypt. But yeah, it just strongly reminds me of Shukufezar's novel. I'm like, should I reread it? But I still kind of remember what's going on there, so I will maybe wait a little bit and then reread it. But yeah, currently, yeah, I'm continuing with The Final Hour, and I will give you my final update when I finish it. Hello everybody, I have finished The Final Hour by Naguib Mahfuz. It's already the next day or maybe 2 days after. I don't remember when was the last time I filmed. I think the last update I gave you on it, I was on page like 50 something, so at that time I wasn't really very much enthusiastic about it because it was very fast paced for me. I think that's what I told you last time. By the end of this book, I actually got really into it. I still wish it were slower, but it's just me. It's not the problem of the book, it's my personal problem. I don't get along with fast-paced books very well. But in case of this book, at the end of the day, I did find myself drawn to the characters. I did find myself empathizing with them, being worried about them, and caring about them in general. So that's finally what happened, and I can say that I really enjoyed this novel and I will definitely be rereading it. I need to reread it, but I think because at the end of this book there is an afterword, and this afterword connects this book to his the Cairo trilogy, and I haven't read that trilogy, and apparently these two, they in many things are very similar, and I think Cairo trilogy is going to be like really something for me because it's also a family saga. It also puts a family at the center of all the political turmoil in the country, and it's very long so it's going to be slower paced. That's what I'm saying. I think that book is going to be slower paced, and that's why I'm going to like it even more than this one. And then after reading the Cairo trilogy, I would like to return to this book. However, this book was written a few years after the Cairo trilogy, and so the political situation in country by that time has significantly changed. And so this book has actually even more historical changes described here, and it's a very short book. I really liked what he did in here. He really did manage to fit so much into this book and show so many different people and dynamics of the family. Like dynamics of the family change with the course of history, because this family, they are very kind of politically active. They always describe politics on their family gatherings, for example, and each member of the family has their own beliefs and ideas of where the country should go, and they don't always agree, and usually it's not only conflict of political beliefs, but it's conflict of generations. Parents believe one thing, but then children believe something else, and that's what ultimately draws them apart. At the very center of the novel, there is this grandmother of the family and the house she lives in. She and the house is like an anchor of the family. She is what keeps family's history. There is also an old photograph of her her husband and her children, made somewhere in the north of Cairo. I think there was a park. They went to a park, and so they made that photo when the children were very young. She herself was very young, and she always goes back to that photo and she looks at it and she goes like, how come these happy looking people could have overcome so much struggle and pain? When I was reading this book, I had this feeling that the family and the dynamics of the family and their relationship to the house and to their grandmother is kind of mirroring the history of Egypt. and the relationship and the attitude of people towards the country. So for example, mother or the grandmother of the family, she always thinks of her house, and she constantly, throughout the whole novel, she wants to rebuild her house. She wants to make it look young again. She wants to make it fresh, to repair it. But then her children, they kind of concentrate on their own careers, and they start concentrating on their own lives, and they just visit the house, they just visit their mother, but they don't really want to give time or to give any type of, they don't really have any money, they don't have any money to in the first place to repair the house. And then grandchildren, for example, they find this old house to be boring, they don't want to go there, and they feel similarly to the country. A lot of their grandchildren want to immigrate from Egypt because they don't see their future there, don't know how to build the future there, because there is no opportunities for them there, because they cannot find jobs that would pay enough, they cannot even get married because they don't have money for that. So I feel like the attitude towards the house, towards the country, is kind of mirroring each other, and so the family history mirrors also the history of the country. So that's interesting. I think I would get more out of this book if I were familiar with the history of Egypt in the 20th century. I am not. So, but yeah, I think that's why I want to read Cairo trilogy. That's why I need to read something about Egypt and its history, and then come back to this book again and look at it with like a more educated, I guess, eye. So yeah, but on this like surface level of what I was able to enjoy, of what I was able to see in this book, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I would recommend it, definitely. It's very interesting. Also, it's interesting how he intertwines the life of the family with the life of a country, and how political situation is mirrored in the life of the family. So that's, yeah, that was interesting. I really enjoyed this book. So yeah, recommend it. It's also very short, so I think you will be able to read it really fast, and yeah, it's great. So for now, thank you so much for watching. I will end this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope it was cozy, and I hope you will give Naguib Mahfuz a read. And for now, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. I hope you are reading good books and enjoying them, and I will see you soon, or maybe not very soon, but eventually I will see you in my next videos. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.